Oh, hello, beautiful people of the internet. I just realized. Oh, never mind. I guess the
Happy
alerts.
Monday.
I was gonna say I guess the alerts are off, but the alerts are on. Raichi, thank you for the subscription. I was gonna replay all the old alerts, but here we are. Shout out to all the people who gifted subs last stream. Artifice gifted some subs. Chameleon. I think Maelstrom and Mars, maybe. All the resubs, the tips. I feel bad that those alerts never played. How's everyone doing?
Whoops, sent my sub note without a message. How has it already been 6 months? Thanks for all the laughs and great vibes. Lilind cult 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 Lilind cult.
Oh, hello, beautiful people of the internet. You can't see me because I'm not visible. Because I'm on a different camera. Let's see. Let's go here. Oh, God. No frames. Bad webcam mic or webcam quality. How are y'all doing? Hi, friends. Marsh says I was so engrossed in Disco Elysium, I almost forgot about stream. What's Disco Elysium? I've never heard of it before. Hi, everybody. How we doing? Hello. Hello, hello. We're puzzling today. We're puzzling. And while we puzzle, we're chatting. That's the plan for today's stream. Something's visible on 10% on the right side of the screen, so we can pretend it's you. I don't know that I'm smart enough to read that, to understand that comment. Something is visible on 10%. I'll figure it out later. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Happy Monday. Thank you guys for the subscriptions on the load-in screen and also the subscriptions during the Indies Part 1, which unfortunately was only Part 1. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Goose Duck, thank you for the Prime sub. Hi, Snuffy Puff. Hello, welcome in. Welcome in. Tragic. Truly tragic. Truly tragic. I think Girardine's talking about this. I think that's it. Puzzle Cam, there's something on the right side? Oh, this part? This is the microphone. Unfortunately, the way the angle works out, it covers a little bit of the thing. I got you. We had a good time counting. Oh, buddy. Hi, friends. In case you missed it, Saturday, we attempted to run the Indies, a stream we had spent weeks working on, a stream which many of you had set aside your schedules to make it to, a stream which Megan had worked really, really hard on. Mods had worked really, really hard on. And we got part of the way through. We did announce that we're pregnant. Sorry, that we're having a baby. Somebody already got on my fucking case about using the phrase "we're pregnant." And I'm just like, oh wow, is this what parenthood is going to be like? Just people judging you constantly for every decision you make? Interesting. Love that. Big fan. Also, Megan is cool with me using the word "we," so middle fingers to anybody who thinks that that's fucked up. That's the person who. Sorry, am I already salty? Already salty? Yeah. Anyways, we announced that we're pregnant. Middle fingers. Exclamation car seat. Salty Daddy has entered the chat. Then we got part of the way through the Indies, celebrating all of you, and our fucking internet cut out. We have so few internet problems here, so rarely. And the one night of the year that it really, really, really sucked for it to happen, it happened. We have hopefully fixed the internet. And so we're gonna bring you Indies Part 2, the sequel, on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is a weird time for us to stream. But the idea is, hopefully, that our friends in Europe can at least make the first part of it if they want to stay up. If they don't want to stay up, that's cool too. Anyways. Congrats. Thank you, Mink. Thank you. I already got my awards, so we can skip the rest. We can't skip the rest. There were so many. I mean, there's awards, but there's also like giveaways, cool things that we have planned. I have some stuff I can't wait to show you to you. But anyways, if you can be there, awesome. If you can't, I understand completely. I'm really sorry that it worked out this way. This was not the plan. To be fair, people judged you about everything you did before you announced the pregnancy, and that's the truth. This is the nature of the life on the internet, and that's how it goes. Anyways, what else was I gonna say? Exclamation week. Let's chat about it real quick. Somebody type it for me. I can't really reach the keyboard very well. Yo.
Congrats, Ryan and Meg.
Thank you, Samantha. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Low light compensation. I think I turned this part off. Now do I look better? I don't know. Probably not. Thank you, Samantha, for the 500 bits. It's very sweet of you. We got a plan for the week. Today, I'm going to play some puzzle. I'm going to do some puzzle. Hopefully, we're also going to get a chance to do some Spiritfarer, but honestly, we'll see. Hopefully, we're going to do some Spiritfarer. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to switch from this setup to the gaming setup, so we might just puzzle the entire time, but we'll play other Spiritfarer this week. Tomorrow and Friday, we will do Farming Sim, our new run that we started the other day with lots of roleplay involved. I've had a lot of exciting thoughts about how we can make that even better. And on Wednesday, we'll do the Indies. Thursday, we have no stream. And the reason is a reason that's probably going to start happening a little bit more often over the next couple months, which is that Megan has a very important doctor's appointment, and I'll be going to that because I really, really like going to the doctor's appointments. So we do our anatomy scan on Thursday. Let the pregnancy anecdotes start. Baby stuff. Oh my God, speaking of baby stuff. Ooh, buddy. Speaking of baby stuff, I have something to show you. We got a really, really, really cool gift the other day. I loved your reaction to the... Yeah, I know, Luke. Today's Baldur's Gate 3 was so much fun. Thank you guys for the hype train today. Thank you. What's an anatomy scan? It is a... like the actual high quality... What's the word? This thing right here? What's the word? Why I haven't had enough coffee. See this thing? It's a high quality version of that. Ultrasound. Thank you. Okay, chat, check it out. I'm gonna switch to the other screen so you guys can see it in high def. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Megan and I got a gift from a friend. And it made me cry. We've gotten a couple gifts before like, you know, over the last couple months from friends and stuff, friends and family. Then won't you be able to see the sex? You can tell them whether or not you want to, and they choose not to tell you. They also, if you don't want to know, they won't show you that part. But yeah, and they've got it figured out. They have people. I mean, they do this all the time. Basically, we don't watch for part of it, and they don't show us anything we don't want to see if we don't want to figure out the sex. They blur it. Yeah, they put a censor bar over the screen. No. Okay, check it out. We got a really cool gift that I think you guys will appreciate. We got a little onesie. It's just white, but check out what's printed on it. Tell me that isn't the cutest fucking thing of all time. Isn't that the cutest thing of all time? It says protected by Kingsley and Hero, and it has their ears, like believably their ears. Like that's actually, it looks like Kingsley's ears. It looks like Hero's ears. Isn't that so cute? I have no idea how our friend made it. I mean, she made it with a Cricut, but I don't know like how she got the ears. So good. Speaking of, I gotta give out some dog treats. Anyways, isn't that so cute? Kingsley, do you want some treats? No, what the fuck? On the table with the puzzle? What are you doing? Kid, what are you doing? You're crazy. Don't eat it. This puzzle piece has fucking drool on it. Ah! Why? No! You maniac! What are you doing? You're crazy. I know you like treats. Come over here. Over here. Good boys. Good boy. One more. Good boy. Okay, all done. What a fucking maniac. All right, well. Some of these pieces may, I think I got them all up off the ground. I hope. I love him. My client is perfect. Defend this behavior, Carly. I dare you. Anyways, how are you guys all doing? How's everyone doing today? I'm going to wipe some puzzle pieces off of my pants to get the dog slobber off. How's your day been so far? What's new? What's good? How was your weekend after the disappointed not disappointed, but the Indies was still a lot of fun, but after the abrupt ending to the Indies. Oh shit. Oh, so you've never dropped something? He's innocent? Well, that's fair. I don't need to hold him to an impossible standard. What, do you think he'd never make mistakes? Nah. That'd be insane. So good. My pup is a feisty little girl. Oh my god, what is your pup's name? We saw it in the Discord. It looks incredible. Your pup looks so happy. So cute. Snuffy Puff has been bombarded with health issues. I'm so sorry. I'm happy to finally catch a stream. We get some hugs in chat for the health issues. Uzai is still ill and suffering. I saw that in Discord. Distracting myself with the Obra Dinn and stream. Melee with the Pog Days channel news. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. That sounds so fun. Jab's having dinner. Mr. Butters is playing Stardew. Biscuits at work. Oh, Anne, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that sounds really rough. I know how important sleep is post-COVID, or what important it was for me, I should say. Just finished work, played a bit of Dwarf Fortress to lose my fort to an immortal Cyclops. All dwarves starved to death punching it. I love that sentence. I don't understand any part of it, but I do love it. I love it. Clampery's playing Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer for the first time. Oh, dude. Speaking of the devil, Megan and I played Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer last night. It was so much fun. I've had a lot of fun playing multiplayer with her. Can I ask you anything, Ryan? You can ask me anything. As long as it's not rude or rough, or or against Twitch TOS or non-inclusive. The general still rules apply. But how was that? It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about the area we were in from Meg's perspective, and also I found some references to stuff that I had not found during my. There's our first piece of the day. Let's go. During our during my playthrough. I was gonna eat my dinner while watching the last year Hades videos, but I guess I'm catching a stream instead. You can do either, but you do have to watch some of my content. I don't make the rules. I'm just kidding. You do whatever you want. Obviously. Should I work on the ground today? I kind of feel like working on the ground. Oh, my glasses are dirty. This is going to make me insane. Oh, no, I'm probably going to have to watch them. Is there a slim chance? Oh, Talons knew exactly what they were going to ask. Ask me anything. I can solve this. I'll ask about the game that I want you to play. Is there a slim chance you'll ever play Kingdom 2 Crowns? There is a slim chance. I would say there is probably above a slim chance. Whatever one step higher than slim is. That's what I'd say. At some point today, can you give us an update on the D&D one-shot? I can do that right now. Right now. Ryan, 20 more days for you to play Death's Door or ruin my birthday? No pressure. Bizkit bought Chris a jigsaw puzzle that was also a murder mystery that could be solved. I think you might enjoy it. Bizkit, can I tell you? I got 3 puzzles for Christmas. 3 puzzles for Christmas. None of them were murder mysteries. Sorry, I got 2 puzzles. Nope. I got 2 puzzles, and then I bought myself this one. What's the update on the D&D one-shot? So for those of you who don't know, hi, AJ, how's it going? I'm DMing a one-shot for the first time, my first time ever. I'm having a really good time with it. I love it. It's fun. It's also stressful, and I have learned a lot, but I've really enjoyed it. Our normal D&D party took a break from what we were doing so that some of the rest of us could try DMing. And so I homebrewed a world. I designed everything myself. I wrote the whole thing. No modules out here. That would have been fine too, but I decided not to. We were supposed to have our final session on Thursday, the day before the Indies. And stream is lagging. Sorry, I think it's just my camera. My camera, because it's a webcam and it's not good. It's just my cam that's lagging. This one should be fine, I'm guessing. But I'll double check real quick the settings. Is that correct? Is the other part lagging too? Audio's weird? Okay. Good. Hopefully no other issues. Anyways, we were supposed to have the finale on Thursday. We got part of the way through the finale, and some people had hot take. My favorite thing about like my one like tip to people in D&D parties that I don't think every D&D party like gets behind. My tip to like make your D&D sessions more fun or more like better for people is more better for people, by the way, is have people state if they have times they absolutely have to be off by or times that they would like to be off by, and then stop your session at that time. I think it like, it's just a self-care thing, right? Much more better, by the way. I've done some where that's been the case. I've done some where that hasn't been the case. I was like, I'm gonna try and like ask people every time, hey, do you have a time we need to stop by? I'll absolutely honor it. We got into combat, like final combat, and I didn't realize what time it was when we when we got to the end of it. People had a hard stop by 10, and at 10:02, somebody said something, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" So we have to do it's a 5-shot now. We're like we got at least a couple hours of we got maybe not a couple hours. We have at least another hour of session to go. So it's going really well overall. The one shot, I feel like I have done well at some things, less well at others, but I am really enjoying it. I feel like I've learned some things already. I feel like I've gotten better at some things. Yeah, that's kind of how it's going. For some reason, I thought one shot meant it was one session. Well, the funny thing about that is, Marsh, we were talking in our party. We were like, you know what? We'll just call it a mini arc. Just call them mini arcs. Don't call them one shots because they're never one shot. All right, I'm kind of working on flowers down here a little bit. We always start sessions with how long do we want to go? Yeah, I think that's good. And I know it's like sometimes it's hard, and like half the time, even if I like need to be off by a certain time, half the time I'm still willing to push past it because you're like, you're in the heart of something really good and you're not at a good stopping place, and you gotta, you want to stop at a good stopping place, but so half the time, even in the moment, I'm like, but I think that's why, you know, that's why I try and ask before we. Oh, okay. I hope the dogs are done barking. Sorry. Anyways, I've tried to asking at the start of the session before we get into the meat of it, and people are like, "No, I can keep going." So, I'm gonna be DMing a one-on-one, potentially one-off session soon. Trying not to over-prepare so that I've only made one. So I've only made one continent. Haven't played D&D since pre-pandemic. I have a one-shot plan for a different system I want to run. I think you posted about that in the Discord. People can check the D&D channel if they want to know more. Hi Tub, how's it going? I wish I had D&D friends. Never met anyone as interested as me. Does anybody have advice for how to find D&D friends? Y'all are smart people. Ryan, you influenced us again. Just bought my first case of Spindrift. Hold up 1 second. Let me take a screenshot of that so that I can send it to Spindrift. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Local game stores, local game stores. Check city Reddits. I had some friends who got into a bar was hosting D&D once a week, and they got into D&D that way. The pubs are rowdy today. Buy some dice, start talking with the salesperson. Yeah, I've been to at least 2 gaming stores where they also just like had the schedule up on the wall. Like you wouldn't even need to buy the dice. You can just walk in and be like, "Hey, that. Can I have the info for that?" That right there. You need an app like Tinder, but for D&D. That's a genius idea, Kimmins. I think you just. I think we have to make it now. Oh yeah, that's a piece right there. Hi Tub, I'm working. Stuff is hard. Haha. Work stuff is hard. My game store didn't host sessions themselves, but the salespeople were players. I love that. Bye, Biscuit. Thanks for being here. I already play Warhammer, but D&D groups are much more sparse where I am. Interesting. I feel like what exactly? Okay, so what exactly what's the draw for people with Warhammer? Like if you had to simplify the Warhammer draw, a lot of it is sunk cost, TBH. Oh no. What's the draw for Warhammer? Well, I've spent hours and years and money on it already. Oh no. Probably the hammers in the war. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna maybe do these little yellow flowers. We have an app here called Kinder. Wait. That sounds incredible, Anne. Let me check that. Anne says we have an app called Kinder, which is a Tinder you join together with your partner where you both swipe baby names and find matches of names you both like. Do you have that in the US? I don't know. I was so worried by the start of your comment, but I love the end of your comment. I'm going to send it to Meg. Hey, can I ask a question since I haven't... Never mind. I'll talk about it later. I arrived just in time. Favorite band ever? It's Reliant K. Megan and I have not been talking. We have not talked a lot recently about baby names. We did a lot of talk early on about baby names. We partially have some ideas we really like, which is partially why we're not talking about it a ton anymore. But I wouldn't say we have an answer yet, you know? So I appreciate that. I'll send it to her. Maybe we could do it. Tony can use it either way. Ow, I just punched the table. I know Warhammer has deep lore, which is kind of what Giradine is saying. Are you going to do a crib building stream? Honest to God, that's so funny, Carly. Crib building stream? I love that idea. Love that idea. If I don't do that exact thing, I think I'll do something like, or something like it. I still think Ryeg or Mayan are interesting names. Hi, Alpaca. Stream's really good. Stream's really good so far. Making some truffles. All right, we should split this into like green. Green is the left side. Yellow's the right side. Oh, baby, I think this connects. Oh, baby, that connects. Oh, baby. Oh, that connects too. Let's go. Do it. We're getting a crib for my husband's brother so we don't have to build it. Yeah, luckily we have a lot of we're getting a lot of like secondhand stuff, which I'm really stoked about. I mentioned this a couple times, but my sister had 2 kids. So that's going to be really helpful to us. Where the fuck does this go? Where the fuck does this go? I see where it goes. Why can't I connect it where it goes? Shit, it doesn't go there. Damn it. With our second kid, they went unnamed for almost 3 months because we had huge problems deciding on the name. Whoa, Jab, can you tell me more about that? What was the holdup? What was the, like, did it just not feel right? How did you know when you eventually found one? Tony says we kept everything from Lucas. It's driven me crazy for 5 years, but now we can finally use it. Goodbye, Speeder. Ryan, how did you meet Meg? We worked at the, as some of you who may know who, if you watched the video game on Friday, Megan and I worked at the same coffee shop. And she came in to study one day. She wasn't working, but she came in to study. We're at the point where I can now start looking for specific colors and shapes on the thing. And then connect them by finding where they go. You had half a mustache and poop on your fingers. Exactly. Evo's lurking. Sounds good. You're not allowed to leave the hospital here without a name. Sister-in-law got stuck because they couldn't settle on a name. Oh my god. I was without a name for several months too. It's interesting how it's also culturally, it's a little culturally different too, naming processes. Sorry, I'm scrolling. I'm not very good at reading chat, while also it's kind of hard to see across the room. It was a problem because we had names that we'd found, but they didn't match this kid at all. See, now that's super interesting. Not to make the entire day about our most recent announcement, but I do want to talk. I mean, I've got 20 weeks of stored anecdotes and stored thoughts, and I've been bursting at the seams to talk about these things. That's a fear of mine. Not a fear, but like that's a concern of mine. Like, what happens if you come up with a name, you pre-decide it, but then your kid's there, and all of a sudden you're like, this ain't that. I'll tell you that much. You know? Wait, Ann, did you meet your boyfriend on r/place? As in like the pixel art thing? Wait, I need to know that. I need to know more. What were you working on our place? Area is trying to help with the puzzle again. It just says, I went without a name for several months. My mom got mad at my father for for not liking her name ideas. So she threw the name book at him as he was watching his holy soccer game, and he didn't even look at it. He just said, Amanda. This is name reveal. AJ, that's incredible. Threw the book at him. He's watching soccer, and he goes, Amanda. That's so good. If I had a kid, I'd give him a good first name as a middle name so they have options if they hated their name like I did growing up. So you're saying good first name as a middle name. So you're talking Ricky Bobby Indigestion. Sweet. Kid named Ricky Bobby coming in May. Here's my other thought though. The other piece of advice I've heard is don't give what's this from? Don't give them a name you'll shorten. Just make it short already. And I don't know how to feel about that piece of advice. Ricky Bobby Indigestion, by the way. Tony went by Anthony until high school, and it still sounds so weird to me now. Until high school? Oh my God, Buster, that's incredible. Go to the curry house down the road. What advice is that from? That's from like a movie or something. A book? Don't shorten it. Pick something short, or pick something short so you don't have to shorten it later. I was always so peeved I didn't have a name that could have a nickname. See, this is the problem, Mortal Wombat. No matter what you do, the kid's pissed about the other eventuality, you know? No matter what you do, you're doing it wrong. I have no idea where these pieces go. Where the heck do these pieces go? Oh, they're to the right. They're like here. Okay. Yeah, and you're going to hear about it for 18 plus years? Yeah, exactly. Can't wait. It's downhill from here. That one's who fucking knows. That one's downhill on the way to... Nope, it's like there. Oh my God, we're going to figure this out. I really wanted to name my firstborn Atlas, but I got vetoed. We named Lucas, fully intending to call him Luke. And then he was born and we were like, nah, he's a Lucas. I love that. Anybody have any experience with shortened names? My name is already so short. This song is called Horny Hippies by the Dodos. Carl. I was named after a 6-foot invisible rabbit from the movie Harvey from 1950. Buster, are you shitting me right now? You were named after the movie Harvey? Yes or no? Are you shitting me? Do you know that I love Harvey? Do you know how much I love Harvey? Have I told you the story? This is blowing my mind. What, really? Buster. I adore the movie Harvey. And I've watched it like about once a year for years now. I watched the movie, and the first time I watched it, I thought, you know who would really, really love this movie? My grandpa. My grandpa has passed by now. He passed a couple years ago. But I said, my grandpa would love this movie. And I forgot to bring it up to him one time, and then the next time I saw him, I didn't think about it. And then the year before he passed, at Christmas, I finally thought, oh, yeah, wait. I need to ask him about this. And I asked him about it. And he said, Ryan, I know Harvey. In fact, Harvey is based on a play, a stage play. And my grandpa, which I knew, and my grandpa said, I played Harvey as a senior in high school at our theater production. My grandpa was the fucking rabbit in Harvey. No way. Way. I love that movie so much. It's one of those, like, a conversation I almost never had with my grandpa because I just forgot about it. It happened. I love it. I think of my grandpa when I watch that movie. I love that movie. I think about the quote so much about not being clever but being kind. Oh my god, it's the best movie. I love the movie. I did not. I love that you're named after it. We do not shorten Pierre's name. Call him Perry. Call him P. I was almost named XX Kimmins 420XX. Thank God my parents simplified it to Kimmins. I love thinking about your Twitch username this way. Call him Pi. I tried my best to give my friends and sister parenting support rather than advice because they're already stressing over how they're doing. I've never had kids, so WTF. Alpaca, I love that. It's like we're talking about. It's like we've talked about a couple times already. But yeah, you know, parenting for some reason just seems like one of those areas where people feel like they should have opinions. Like they just very strongly feel like they should have opinions. And I don't know that that's helpful for parents. My middle name is Lily because my mom had a dream about a character named Princess Lily, I think right before I was born. Princess Lily, what year were you born? Let's figure it out. Princess Lily from a movie. Void's probably what? Oh my god, were you born after 2000, Void? Jesus Christ, I'm sure you were. Oh no. Princess Lily from like 2004? 2005? I don't know any movies, so chat's gonna have to figure that out. (2003), but it's an older movie. That's why I don't remember it. Okay, Princess Lily, older movie. Gotcha. Bye, Talons. I think it's because even if you aren't a parent, you've normally been parented. That doesn't really give you the full perspective unless you have a kid. You don't have the whole picture, I guess. It's also like a matter of stakes, right? It's a matter of like everyone has a little bit of it. I think you're right. Everybody has a little bit of a foot in the door, but it's also like, you know, a terrible. On the one hand, it's a like terribly important thing. It like has a lot weighing on it. It's also like a genre of information where there's a ton of advice, or like where people tend to talk about advice. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I've already gotten so annoyed. I've already gotten so annoyed a couple different times about people what feels to me like just like randomly stepping out of place to be like yeah, I can't even. I won't even continue the thought. But it's just, yeah. Any parents in the chat have any experience getting really fucking annoyed at car seating? Exclamation car seating? Or no? Or are people generally more chill than me? Ian says, Rand, I'm curious. You say you read a lot of books about parenting. I personally also feel like people pushing their parenting opinions on you as the only valid way is obnoxious, but isn't it the same way with parenting books, or do you read a lot of them and pick and choose what you vibe with? Couple thoughts. Great question. Couple thoughts. I've only read a couple parenting books. I'm in like the middle of my third. So I've read 2.5. I haven't read a lot yet. It's just that a lot of my recent reading has been on that. In my opinion, the books that I have really enjoyed have mostly not been, here is the answer, here is what to do, here is the way to do it. Almost all of them have painted a picture of like, hey, generally we add. So one of the best books I'm reading right now, I'll actually just go grab it. Yeah, they have nuance, Elliot. One of the best books I'm reading right now is called Expecting Better. This is a play on, the title is a play on What to Expect When You're Expecting, that book that was hugely popular and like wildly culturally relevant, which I'm sure many people have heard of, which gave a lot of like advice apparently. Lemus says you also consent to the advice when you read a book. You don't consent to the advice when some rando tells you what you should or shouldn't do. Yeah, or judges you for it. Or this book is not actually filled with advice. What it is filled with is this book is super interesting. I would recommend it for anybody who has a person in their life who's pregnant. It's like, hey, they tell you a million things not to do, or either at the doctor or like culture tells you a million things not to do. In this book, what we're going to do is basically we're just going to look at the studies, see what the studies can or can't like point to as actually a problem or risky, what level of risk, and then you're going to make your own decisions. So there's a huge section on caffeine, which is a really, really interesting chapter, where it's like, here's the given advice generally on caffeine. Here's what the studies can actually say. It's an economist who is like really good at looking at like study design and being like correlation, causation, what's actually like backed up by data. But then doesn't say, here's the data, here's what you should do. It says, here's the data, make your own decision. If you the like premise behind a book like this, which I think is related to this whole conversation, is like, if you are informed well, then you are equipped to make your own decision, which is not the same as just hitting a person with advice. As a super long-winded answer to your question. I get so confused about all the things you can't do / eat, etc. while pregnant. And I'll tell you the story. While in Hawaii, we were reading this book, and we went to a dinner, and we accidentally got one of the things on the list. And we literally pulled the book out, checked the thing on the list, and they were like, hey, this thing on the list is a concern because of listeria, which is a very concerning thing during pregnancy. Listeria is really bad. On the other hand, the chances of actually getting it are incredibly small. Choose whether or not you want to eat it yourself. Here's the risk in terms of like the bad outcome. Here's the risk in terms of the chances. Here's a history of why it's been told, even though that may or may not be accurate. Make your own decisions. So, yeah. Spoilers. It turns out a lot of things that are on the list as frowned upon are honestly not that bad / have no evidence of bad outcomes. But plenty of them still do have like some risk associated with it. So you just make your own decisions. Yeah. That's my long-winded answer. I had another book that was a little bit more like, it still wasn't advicey though. It was mostly like the other really helpful book I read was just like, here's the first year of your child's life. in terms of like what you might like what it might look like. Like here's week 1, here's week 2. Like what are some things that often happen during week 1? And then it goes through like week 1 if you had an uncomplicated birth, week 1 if you had a complicated birth, week 1 if you had a C-section, week 1 if you had. And so then it's like I really liked that book. It's super short and it was like just helped me picture what might happen. Which I found helpful because I, didn't have a ton of a picture beforehand. Oh, baby. The ground at Link's feet is about to be done. Let's go. Soon, hopefully. Maybe. It's not quite the same as unsolicited parenting advice, but being visibly disabled equals tons of unsolicited health advice. So I get how frustrating it is. It can make you feel like the other person thinks you're incompetent, and that's never a productive way to start a conversation. It's also just wildly annoying. Yeah. It's interesting, right? Yeah. I'm very happy and willing to admit that like it is not a strength of mine. It's really, really not a strength of mine that I can't be more mature about when a person comes to me and makes me feel incompetent or like an idiot right at the start of the conversation. It's a fault of mine that I can't just set that aside super easily. But that's exactly how I feel. Like I don't really get over it very well. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to move Link up some more. Is that somewhat probably related to some ego stuff in me? Probably. Is that something I should probably be in, journaling about and working through? Probably. Anyways. Condescending people are the worst. Yeah, it's which is funny because the reason is that probably like for some reason, and I don't think it's a good thing, I get super annoyed by people who are so quick to assume they have the right answer. And that probably means that I have like a little hot spot in my in my being about how much I like to assume that I'm right and have the right answer. But yeah. I liked the Wonder Weeks app. Worth looking into for all expecting parents of newborns. What's the Wonder Weeks app? It's a broad question. How are you feeling about you guys being pregnant? Like excited and scared and stuff like that? That's a great question. That's like most of my thought. Like most of what I spend my free time thinking about right now. Are we excited, pregnant, scared, or where on the whole spectrum? Or sorry, excited, we are pregnant, but well, Megan is. But excited, scared, nervous, etc. I mostly am yeah, I would say I'm 100% excited. A part of that excitement is also nervousness, for sure. Big nervousness vibes. But mostly in the like true Jesus take the wheel version of like of the unknown future. Like the big thing that is a little nerve-wracking is like just how like this is going to be like for a little while it's going to be a journey on like or in some ways it's going to be a journey on like having some control, and then in a lot of ways it's going to be a journey on having no control. So, hi Finny Winnie, how's it going? 5 years later, I still have the baby tracker app. People who assume they are correct are annoying to talk to because a lot of times they don't change their mind even when corrected. Freaking preach. Anyways, I'm correct about everything all the time. Can I tell you a kind of answer to this question, Buster? I when we went to that wedding in Chicago a couple weeks ago, we talked to my best friend, or one of my best friends had a kid in September, and we had just found out we were pregnant. So it was like really great timing. I was really excited to talk to him about his kid. I wanted all the updates. I also was like, give me some insight into your life right now because we're going to be there really soon. So I was like, I want to hear everything, you know. And he was like, the big thing I'm feeling right now, or the thing I would tell you is like, hormones are real and they're also not just going to affect Megan. I was like, oh, cool. And I didn't ask him any more about that. And then like the next week, I started crying way more often. Like the next week, I'd cry a little, like I would say probably 20% more often. And that has still remained true right now. I still cry a little bit more often right now. I'm trying to think of some good examples of stuff I cried at. Mostly like good cry, but oh my god, I bawled like a baby at a. I bawled a baby like a baby at a. When we went to the Museum of Natural History in New York, we watched a like 15-minute video in the like in the like a stargazing, like following the planets part of the solarium. Is that what it's called? Jesus Christ, my brain. Watch like a 15-minute video. It's all about planets, space, shit I love, absolutely love. The whole video was incredible. At one point, after all of that, we zoomed in, and I cried at the part where they showed the amount of satellites supporting Earth and life here. And I just like had this is not going to make sense to any of you, I don't think. But I just got so overwhelmed at like what humans had built here and like how we had like managed to carve something out and like support ourselves with the satellite. Like there's a mess of satellites like flying around Earth. After seeing the like vast uncaring space, this small little planet I cried so hard. And I immediately looked up and was like, that was a pregnancy cry for sure. Like I wouldn't have done that. I'd have maybe like cried a little bit recently, but or like without it, but not like that. The first time I cried during a McDonald's commercial when I was pregnant. I knew things were different. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, anybody else have any weird emotions postpartum depression can affect women who adopt as well? Super interesting. It's me on a normal Tuesday. Casey, thank you for the follow. I wish I liked children. Maybe you will someday, and maybe you won't. Either way is fine. My husband also got pregnancy cravings with me. I love that. I love that. Does Meg have any food aversions? I couldn't stand the smell/taste of cooked meat. Good question. Did she have any or does she have any? Either way, I don't know. I can't think of any aversions right off the top of my head. No, but we did put some refried beans from our Mexican place in a crock pot the other day while we were throwing a party. And when we got done with that, like we put them in the crock pot and then we left them on low for a couple hours while we were playing video games. Then we came back to it, and the refried beans in a closed crock pot had like, I don't know how to describe what they smelled like other than it was like the platonic ideal of a bean. Like they were so, it was the stench of bean when you removed it was so bean and so overwhelmingly bad that like everyone was gagging. The whole party was freaking out. So that was fun. It was so bean. Link is connected. Let's go. Couldn't handle the smell of specifically Lay's barbecue chips. I don't think so. Like, I mean, honestly, on the cravings and like nausea front, Megan was really, I feel like she was really lucky. I hope that remains true. She also like she was very quick to, there's a specific medicine they give if you're having bad nausea. And she was really quick to take it if she was having like a not great day or like even the starting hints of some nausea, she took it. Which I think was good. My mom still can't eat yogurt because she got so sick on it when pregnant with me, and she'll never let me live it down. I love that. Exclamation Carly's mom in the chat. One of the coolest, personally, I think really cool. One of the coolest, or I guess like most interesting things to me, reading these, like starting to read and like for the first time in my life, really pay attention to like pregnancy, is like reading and learning how wildly different it is person to person and like across the whole spectrum of not only pregnancy but also like delivery and everything, but like it's all so different, or it can be so different. My mom stopped smoking when she was pregnant with me, and it ended up eating a lot of licorice to stop her cigarette cravings. I'm a big licorice fan, and I've always blamed my mom for it. I love that. Aw, RJ. I wept for hours because she deserves so much better. Aw. Aw. My labor and delivery with my first was a total of 4 hours. My friend who went into labor the day before me delivered the day after me. Jesus Christ. That's insane. That's wild. Wild, I say. My first delivery was such a traumatic experience for me. I'll always be sad it wasn't when I thought it was. Second delivery was a scheduled C-section and was super chill. Yeah. Yep. My sister had a similar vibes. She wasn't happy with me. I will say one of the coolest things We posted that video on YouTube with just like talking through a little bit, you know, saying we're pregnant. Sorry, saying Meg is pregnant. One of the coolest things that happened from that was me learning some of the people in our community who are pregnant, who I didn't didn't even know, or who are parents, frankly. And they were like, most rewarding, you know, the like amount of different comments. Listen, I appreciated all of the comments, but the ones from people who were like, you know, as a parent, super excited for you. I was like, oh, cool. That's really cool. Anyway, let's take a scheduled pregnancy break and talk about something else. We're gonna have to do this a lot over the next couple months, I have a feeling. Let's talk about literally anything. Okay, so we're taking a small break. Anything other than pregnancy or children. What table are you working on? This is a card table we own. Kind of bad card table. It's kind of falling apart. What do the letters on your shirt mean? San Francisco Running Club. It's a like a legendary shoe store in San Francisco. Yeah, especially on the trail running, like the trail running scene. It's maybe the like one of the most legendary running stores. Yeah. I need a puzzle I can hide from my cats. There are now 3 videos in Discord of cats pawing at various vertical surfaces. Oh my god. Area, you can't get to these pieces. These aren't yours. Ryan, have you ever tried rock climbing? Until about 3 months ago, I went bouldering like twice a week for a couple years. A year and a half maybe. Yeah, are you a rock climber? Planning to start any new games? Yes, but I can't tell you about any of them. We can ask any question. Which of the books on the bookshelf behind you is the biggest in length and the biggest in width? Girodine, it's not always about being the biggest. I'm trying to think what the biggest is. I have a big old Oxford American Writer's Thesaurus, which is pretty large, and it probably contains the most singular words. Hi, MKA. I climb occasionally, indoors or outdoors. Top rope or bouldering or what? What do you climb? I could show more of Cleo on the Discord, but I don't want to spam it. Killer Cat, you have my permission to spam. You have a puppy. It's spam. It's spam time. Gonna start Baldur's Gate 3 up again tonight. Should I roll a bard, arcane trickster, wild sorcerer, or a druid? I feel like you should do druid. Be fun. I understand, Girodine. I understand. You're just trying to sow chaos like normal. I see what you're doing. Oh yeah, Link's like pretty settled now. Let's go. Chat, when do you think we're gonna finish this puzzle? Take a guess. Acceptable answers include never. Acceptable answers include April. One piece after the second to last piece. Wait, nope. The math you just did is bad. Nope, the math you just did is correct. Never mind. My bad. That's good math. After the piece more. One Piece? Did somebody say Riley's name? Used to go every day. I lost a lot of weight at that time, but it's so expensive. I can't afford to go every day, other day anymore. Oh snap, Mr. Butter. Did they not have a like a month long, like a monthly membership? Wow. Never. You're gonna get to the end, find you're missing a piece. I would say the odds aren't good of getting it done in January, but we'll see. We're in for the long haul, guys. Or at least I am. These orange pieces go down here. Oh, baby. Hi, Silver. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a monthly membership, but for two people, it was over $150 a month. Your boy just started college. Gotcha. What are you studying, Mr. Butter? Yeah, I'm sorry. That is expensive. Yep. Sorry, I thought you meant you were paying per day. Can you say for sure 100% Kingsley didn't eat a pizza earlier? I can. He's innocent. Wait till I bring the poop evidence, Carly. Just you wait. Just you wait. Hi, Whack. Have you got a puzzle roll? My Nana got one and really likes it. I have not seen a puzzle roll. I think I know what they are, right? It's like a piece of cloth, you put it all on, and then you roll it up. I'm going to need that evidence to be sent to a lab of my choosing so we know it's fair. So it's not that you're a litigious litigator, Carly. It's that you're manipulating evidence. I understand. I get it now. Interesting, interesting. I don't know that we did this last year, but I love puzzles. Gonna get a certificate in the some certificates in the automotive mechanic industry, then hopefully moving on to animation or graphic design. I love that. Is the first one so that you have something you can, like an immediately valuable skill that you could get some work with? Or what's the thought process there? I love that. I'm trying to remember what the two puzzles I got this year were. I got a puzzle that is all of the it's like a patch of every national park in the States. So it's just a bunch of different patches. I got that from my mom. I got another puzzle, and I don't remember what it is. Yeah, I should probably look at the guide here. Have you always been a puzzle fan? We used to do more puzzles. Oh my god, we did get the penis puzzle. We do still have that, but that's not what I got. I forgot that we have a penis puzzle. We've acquired 4 puzzles in the last month. I've liked puzzles a lot of my life. I think they're really calming. It does hurt my neck, and same. Fucking same. Ah. Pineapple on pizza is great. I don't understand why people dislike other people having fun. Can we do the penis puzzle after this one? Not without being banned from Twitch. How's your injury doing, and are you running much again? I ran every day last week. I rest on Mondays, but I ran like 3 miles every day. Injury's been good. Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't been running a ton, but I've been running a little, which is really nice. So, yeah. Oh my god, can I tell you guys a pregnancy story? Okay, sorry. We're switching. Never mind. I'll tell you a pregnancy story later. I forgot we were switching topics. When you finish a puzzle, do you preserve it like that or take it apart? I take it apart almost immediately. The minute it is complete, I take it apart. like 5 minutes later, I break it. Yeah. I always liked puzzles, but Lego fills that void for me most of the time. I like it. Bye, Snuffy Puff. Thank you very much. Give your dog some pets from us. I know some people like glue their puzzles or like put them together and then keep them. But to me, once they're together, all that they are is a testament to the amount of time and work you and effort you put into it. They're not like a particularly pretty, like they've got weird shapes on them all the time. They're not like prettier than just a print of the same thing, you know? Londo, thank you for the follow. To me, and this is just my take, but like, it's not like it's a particular, like if I wanted a poster of this, I just buy a poster. But it's the like effort put in that makes it meaningful. But to me, half the like joy of effort is recognizing that in the end it all comes to nothing. And so I love tearing it apart. Entropy rules our world, right? Like if I don't rip it apart, it eventually will be someday, or it'll be tossed, or it'll be, you know? Londa says, I love your channel, Ryan. Welcome in. What thank you. That's very nice. What do you watch on our channel? What do you like? You ever find a puzzle piece and you're like, there's no fucking way that goes on this puzzle. There's no way. How? Oh my god, it goes right there. I found it. Never mind. I have a couple of puzzles that I got from the Studio Ghibli Museum in Japan that I decided to seal with Mod Podge. Ordinarily, I'll take them apart afterwards. That's a really cool story. Yeah, it comes from a special place. There's a whole extra layer of meaning there, too. To other people here, run, jog. I have a question, but it might not be very relevant. Oh my God, I just remembered you asked the Jeff Galloway question. Is that your question? I just remembered that. Hi, Snuffles. How's it going? Sorry, I made a mental note to answer it, and then I never answered it. As is tradition. It was? Okay, I got you. So if I remember correctly, and I've read the book. It's somewhere over there, but I'm gonna jog my own memory. Jeff Galloway method of training is mostly run walk, right? Yes. I think that it is smart. I think it's good. I think it's more complicated than this, and it like has a lot of specifics depending on like that change the like recommendation a little bit, but basically like very regular walk breaks while you are training to run longer distances, which I think is good. I think it lowers your chances of injury. I think it's a great way to, funnily enough, from an ultra marathon perspective, we sort of adopt the Jeff Galloway method too, because you can't run every step of like a 50 miler. You do a lot of walking. And so one of the best ways to like get better at going really, really long distances is just generally you're training like your time on your feet. And I think for a lot of people running like a longer distance for the first time, like maybe a half marathon, what are you training for, Alpaca? That's basically the same thing. Like you're basically doing for you what would be like an ultra marathon length if you've never done, you being the royal you, not you specifically, a like half marathon length thing. It would be sort of an ultra marathon to go that far. And so the key is just like getting is like greatly increasing the amount of time you would spend on your feet, or like the amount of distance you're able to cover, rather than getting faster or getting like more efficient or anything like that necessarily. I do 5Ks fairly comfortably, working up to a 10K. It's also really easy as a beginning runner to run way too hard on the hard parts, or to run way too hard too often, or like very often. And so the other thing the run walk method does is like makes you slow down a lot, which is good long term. It's really good long term. Yeah. So that's just my take. But yeah, I think you should definitely trust what Jeff Galloway has to say. For sure. Big fan. I loved your Alien stream, Subnautica, Firewatch. Also used to follow you on the book days. No shit. Great videos. I've read a few of your recommendations. What have you read? Mazel tov on your expecting. Thank you very much, Londo. I cut my pinky finger. Oh my God. Yikes, Snuffles. You told us to run 100% every time, or so you told that kid. Now, listen, what I tell the middle schoolers is different from what I tell you guys. They don't know better. They don't know not to trust me. Clampery with a gifted sub to Londo, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing your. It's probably like Lon Dom or Lon Domalari. I'm probably not saying your name correctly. But thank you, Clampery. That's very sweet of you. Very sweet of you. Oh, baby, I just found exactly where this goes. Let's go. Let's go. The left and the right side are now completed through here. Let's go. Blue Monster Art. Oh my God, I can't read. I found you through White Noise Review. I'm on chapter 30. How are you liking it? I'm reading Giovanni's Room, one of my favorite books of all time. Alpaca says, my goal for 5K was not to do any walking, keep a consistent pace. Seeing that method made me reconsider. Thanks for answering my question. Absolutely. That's such a relatable, like, one of your goals as an early runner, right? A lot of times is like, listen, I'm running, but I'm not like A lot of times people are like, I would like to run without stopping because stopping feels like a disappointment every time. It feels like I'm not succeed. Like, you know, but it turns out walking can be very, very smart, very good, helpful, and it's not a disappointment. Londo Maleri, a character from Babylon 5. You have a nice community here, Ryan. Somehow I have the nicest community on the internet. On the internet, sorry. I don't know what I did. I'm enjoying it, but I broke the rule and watched the film first. No, that's fine. How'd you like the film? I still haven't seen the film. Okay, this part. Down there. Perfect. Oh, baby. Things are falling into place. Falling into place. I actually like watching the film before the movie sometimes, especially if I find the book a little harder to get through. Hey, to be clear, there's no wrong way to do it. Do whatever brings you enjoyment, whatever helps you get through the day, whatever you enjoy. I think a certain number of people have found. Some people I'm sure have found. I like watching the movie because it helps me get through. Some people have also found like watching the watching something which has to be a lot more constrained for time and maybe built for a wider audience ends up being less satisfying than something that was made. Because you know, so often with a movie being a book being made into a movie, you have this problem of it basically like being adapted for a wider audience. Hollywood is so good at taking all of the edges off of something in the worst way. But Monami, that's a super, super fair approach. I like seeing the movie first because then it's not ruined like most films are after reading the book. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. It's also just partially like, what do you value more, right? Like, to me, one of the reasons I'll read the book first most of the time is like because I value a good book as much as life itself. Whereas, like, do I feel the same about movies? This might surprise you to know, the person who has seen 2 movies in the last year. It does not. I do not value a good movie as much as life itself. A good book is like literal. It is like it is a container for my soul. And so because of that, I prioritize the book a little bit more. And if that ain't you, that's fair. The fuck does this thing? Oh, like that. Oh, let's go. Thanks for the follow, Blue Monster Art. I love Chad is having 2 separate conversations right now. Name a movie that is better than the book. Movie better than book. Wrinkle in Time? Damn, haven't seen it. You know what? Personal opinion, movie better than book. And sort of like overall like culturally, can we agree on a movie that is better than a book? Wolf on Wall Street movie is better than the book? Interesting. Haven't read the book. I could see that though. That movie is something else. Haven't read How to Train Your Dragon. I haven't read it either. Oh, baby, let's go. Jurassic Park. That's a great answer. All right, chat. BRB. Oh, hello. Sorry about that. Little indecisive. My sister had a burning question she had to ask me that was objectively unimportant, but you know, that's fine. I'm still happy to answer the phone. And sometimes the unimportant things are the important things, you know? But spelled backwards is tub. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. You're right. We're talking about Stephen King. Stephen King, incredible book on writing, less incredible writing. That's my hot take. I was sitting there dying to tell you my hot take on Stephen King. Incredible book for teaching writing, not a very good writer. Not a bad writer, just like doesn't, you know. Still lots to be desired with Stephen King. Anyways, that's my burning hot take. He can't stick the landing. I don't know. I would have to have made it to the end of more of his books to have known that. I think I finished like, don't tell Rebecca I said this, because Rebecca's a big Stephen King fan. And to be clear, no matter what, wherever you get your joy in the world, especially in the reading world, don't let me shit on it. Don't let anyone shit on it. However, personally, bounce off Stephen King a lot. I love that, Tony. I love it. Does he not tickle your pickle? No one tickles my pickle, first off. Ellie's losing my mind. I want so badly to rant about the BG3 quest I'm doing right now, but Ryan hasn't reached it yet. Spoilery discussion. Get thee to the spoilery discussion channel. Get thee to the safe place. Oh my god, this area is coming together. It is getting there. Where the fuck does this part go? Oh, it's like here. Ah. I can only cope with so many chats at once. It's fair. Danny says I started reading Stephen King way before I should have been allowed to read Stephen King. He was kind of my gateway drug. I'll be a fan forever. Ryan, what's your opinion on the Bechdel test? Did they teach you this in your master's? They didn't teach it to me in my master's, but I learned about it before then. Yeah, I think it's great. Super interesting. Yeah. Y'all have fully pulled me out of my 2-year-long reading slump. I have been reading. I've read like 10 days in a row, chat. This is my first time reading for 10 straight days in a long time. Has anyone read the Edge Chronicles? I've been wanting to ask about this for a while. Has anyone read the Edge Chronicles? Young adults, or probably even younger than that, kids fantasy series that I read some of back in the day as a child. Edge Chronicles. Anyone, please tell me there's a taker on this one. No. Damn it. Fuck. There are these incredible. You know what? I'll just go find it. Actually, I have the second one right here. So since I was like a young kid, I mean, not super young, but like a pretty young kid. Finny, Winnie, have you read it? I have owned this book. This is the second book in the Edge Chronicles. It's called Storm Chaser. I've read this. I've owned this book for a long time. From the library, I used to check out book 1, 3. It went on to like a 12-book series. I like to reread some books from my childhood that I haven't read in a long time. And I remembered that I had this. So I bought the first book again because I remembered really liking it. I just finished the first book. Check this out. Look at these incredible illustrations. Like every other page or every page has a lot of illustrations. And it's a like fantasy series with in a whole world, except aimed at like kind of youngish kids. It's incredible. And by incredible, I mean, is the writing like incredibly literary? Not exactly, but the first book I just finished is really good. It's really good. I finished the first book yesterday, and I'm gonna start the second one probably later today. Getting to relive it, like, is healing a part of me who was young, a young part of me. Like getting to reread it right now, it's so good. And they're just such beautiful. I mean, they're mass-produced hardcovers, but like, they're beautiful items. I just love. I cannot get over these drawings. Just like every other page. Like every page you flip to has one. Not that one. Oh. So many like crazy fantasy monsters, Finny Winnie. I'm so happy you know this. So many crazy like fantasy monsters and lands and beasts and beings and oh, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Buying books and reading books are two completely separate hobbies, in my opinion. And I heard that for the first time a couple years ago, and I agree. I love that idea. Buying books and reading books are two separate things. That said, I am going to buy fewer books this year. I'm stopping myself. I'm only going to be able to buy a book once I've finished a couple books. I'm trying a thing in 2024 where I can only buy a new book once I have finished 2 physical books. I don't have to like finish 2 physical books that I don't own, like I haven't read, but like in case you haven't seen it on my bookshelf, like I have 3 bookshelves. 2 of them are books I've read, and nowadays it's like 2 and a quarter. But there's a whole one of like shit I haven't read and stream stuff, but like too many. Bookworm and Book Dragon are 2 separate entities. That's genius. Bookworm and Book Dragon. Oh, that's lovely. I still have an image in my head of those orange fuzzy wuzzies and the bear, the Bander Bear, Finny Winnie. Oh. Cable said one day you're going to read that to your kid, and now I might cry. Oh. Bookworm, WYRM. I love that. Ooh, Emerizia. That's a really interesting take. I can only buy books I've already read. If it's new, it has to be from the library, like a trial run. That's cool. If those books came out when I think they did, I would have been too busy reading Spiderwick. How does Spiderwick hold up? Because when I was thinking about rereading books from my childhood, I thought, I'm not going to read fucking Animorphs because it's 140 books. And the writing of those wasn't actually... I thought the writing of other books was good, but like, I wasn't reading Animorphs for like... Yeah, I wasn't going to reread Animorphs. And I was like, okay, either these Edge Chronicles or Spiderwick. The thing I remember about Spiderwick is that, like, the books were so fucking short that barely anything happened in each of them because there was no fucking time. They were so short. But maybe I'm misremembering. Wish I could remember more of the books I loved as a kid. Megan and I were talking about this yesterday. Goodbye, Blue Monster Art. Thanks for being here. Edge Chronicles must have kickstarted my love for fantasy. I have such fond memories of my dad reading me them. That's so sweet. It's funny because my like fantasy love has been on hiatus for a long time. Like I had a larger part of my life where I didn't do anything related to fantasy than a part of my time where I did. I may have said that backwards. I just realized I don't know what I said. Oh, Shadowlink. You know I love to talk about this shit. All right. The two things you guys are going to have to stop me from talking about in my daily life. Streaming stuff and baby stuff. Hold up. I'll answer your question in just a second, Shadowlink. AJ says I read a lot of Wolf Brother, Harry Potter, and a series of unfortunate events. I reread a series of unfortunate events the other year. And those books hold up. I love them. A series of unfortunate events was 100% the beginning of my love of like literary writing, like some meta stuff, like really creative stuff. Series of unfortunate events is so like defining for me as a reader. Okay. Shadowlink says, Ryan, what's the ratio between on-camera time and off-camera work for you? If you could have one part of the job taken care of without you having to do anything or at any extra cost, what would it be? If you didn't need to spend as much time doing off-screen things, would you like to record and stream even more, or would you use the extra time for something else? This is a great question. And is a little bit on my mind this year, and is particularly on my mind as we look to have a little bit less time available. Starting in May. Like, some parts of this job are just going to have to fall by the wayside or take a backseat or etc., you know? Which is, so it's like, you know, the fat is about to have to be trimmed, probably. So I have a couple thoughts reading your comment. First off, if I could just have something taken care of, if I could snap my fingers and have one thing taken care of right now, it would be, I would snap my fingers and have high quality, like, what's the word? High quality supercuts of all of my past playthroughs put together, just edited. I could do every other part of it. If I could have high quality supercuts of all of my playthroughs put together and in my inbox right now, I would kiss the person who sent them to me. I would pay them well. I would be so happy. That is a thing I would really like to do, and it is such a hard thing to tackle. Partially because the work is hard, but like more so because finding someone to do the work is a little bit difficult. Finding someone that I trust to do the work, that I know would do a good job, that we're in agreement in terms of like all of the like minutia of how to work, how to pay them for the work, all of that stuff. It's insane. Supercuts like a compilation. Yeah, a little bit like a compilation. What do I need to do to get a kiss? What's this playlist? I'm playing 2000s alternative pop mix. Number 2. At no extra cost? Right, but I would pay. I'm saying we can ignore that part of it. I would pay them. It's just tough. We're at like a size where like I would probably have to pay them more than the video would ever make, or would be likely to make in terms of money. That doesn't matter to me. I'd be cool with that. It's just like getting that made. Anyways, that's where my brain goes first, because that shit's impossible to make happen. And maybe in 2024 I can make it happen. On screen versus off screen, probably I spend more time on screen in terms of making YouTube and Twitch content. But when you think about the job writ large, which includes making content, taking care of the community, building a community, taking care of that community, like building the infrastructure behind the content that makes the content work as a job for me, like a Patreon, a Discord, my relationships with every single one of our mods, my relationships with every one of the people who works for us in some way, shape, or form by doing art, by editing things, by modding, etc. Like, that's the part of it that takes a lot of work, but is also super satisfying to me. Somebody said taxes. If I could snap and the taxes were done, that'd be great. Do you spend a lot of time on taxes and stuff? Not really. Once every 3 months, I spend like part of an afternoon, which is not bad, or part of a morning. What else? In choosing those things, though, this is a related answer. In choosing those things, like building a community and like the infrastructure for a community, like a Discord, a Patreon, etc. Some stuff has not happened, like editing supercuts together, like compilations of our playthroughs that tell the story in a lot fewer hours, and also like being a really good poster to social media and like farming content and posting it to social media. Those two parts have fallen by the wayside. So if I could snap my fingers and have that happen too, that'd be great. Partially that's like kind of in the works because like I don't know that Lily is watching right now, but I will still compliment Lily aggressively. I'm working with an editor again. Shout out to TAS Snoop, aka Lily, who is editing some social media stuff for me and posting it. Lily agreed to like take care of one other part of the process, which is like actually getting it on social media. I still do all the like reading, commenting, like just having the like motivation to get it posted. I'm not very good. I'm not a good social media user. Anyways, that's my answer. Yeah. So I would say just to make content, I spend more time on screen. To like build the lifestyle, I spend a lot of time off screen. But I love it. I don't know. I wouldn't change any of it. Not that that's what you said. Oh, that's the end of this. Nope, that's not the sword. What the fuck is that? Oh, I saw those, Shadow Link. I saw those. That was great. Yeah, I need to do a better job of like, we have so many people watching our stuff. Not like so many, but like, you know, we have a good amount. We have like a healthy amount of people who watch our stuff. If I could find a great way to, I need to do a better job, and maybe 2024 is the time to do it. I need to do a better job of like routinely turning that into like making a part of the process. Taking that and making clips from it, making gathering intel for like supercut kind of deal. What's your take on ebooks? I'm reading a giant tome, almost 1,000 pages of fantasy right now, which I could read on Kindle, but something just feels right about having a giant physical book for a story about wizardry. Do you agree that form needs to match content with books? I find myself reading sci-fi more than anything else on Kindle. That's super interesting. I think the big thing I would say is that the like, so it's a super interesting question. Now, what do you guys think? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a different way to phrase the question too. It's sort of like, does it matter how you read? Is sort of the like vaguest way to answer the question. But let's tackle all of the like presuppositions for like the important like preamble, right? Which is that like different ways to read books, like audiobooks, Kindle, versus physical books, etc., only increase accessibility. All of them are real reading. Though they may be slightly different experiences, one or the other is not greater than. There's definitely no room for like shitting on someone who had one of them over the other one, especially as they're tied to accessibility. But all of those important preambles out of the way. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Elisa. How's it going? With all of that out of the way, some books I like are better works of art because they are audiobook. Like they're better or like more lovingly crafted or better fit a form as an audiobook. I think there's definitely an argument to be made for certain books being physical books. Infinite Jest comes to mind. I think there are Kindle. I have just always like e-readers. I've just literally constantly bounced off of. Like I've borrowed one, I've used one, but like I just never. Anytime I have an e-reader, I'm like I'd rather have the physical book. So I don't know. Oh, I like this song. Yeah, that's kind of my general. And I love that what you said about This Is Water. Yeah. Electronic readers strain my eyes quicker. Oh, baby, that fits. Okay, this part is just going to be insane. But here's the deal. As long as it is like true black, then the pieces go here. So I'm going to move any pieces that are like true, super fucking dark, put them here, and we're going to figure this shit out. And I have no idea what this piece does. This is from a different puzzle. Swear to God. I love me a nice spesh a dish. I love that. A nice spesh a dish. I do think audiobooks are interesting because I do think, as much as I love making the argument that some books are better as audiobooks, I haven't personally. Most of the audiobooks I have read are not better because they are read by the author or specially produced in some way. Most of them are better because, for me, because that was the only way I was going to read them. It's like I wasn't going to sit down and read it, you know? That said, hearing the songs in the Lord of the Rings sung is a better experience for me. You know? Like, I've definitely heard the arguments, and sometimes I make them myself. I like to make them myself for like why some books should be or like might be better or the highest form of themselves as an audiobook. And yet still most of the time I like audiobooks for the convenience most of the time. And I also don't like a lot of times I don't feel better hearing the author. I've had some where hearing the author read it is like that works for me for sure. And then I've had some where I'm like I think I'd rather have a voice actor do it. Not a huge fan of which is funny because it's their fucking voice. They wrote it. They should be like, you know, they're kind of the ideal option, you know? Like so why do I'm like, well, I wish you would have picked someone else. No greater blow to an author's ego than being like, I'm listening to Lord of the Rings, my first time reading them, and I love the songs. Yes, Imrizia. Every year, around the start of the year, I re-listen to Lord of the Rings, and it's time for me to start. So, I'm stoked to Here's some. Oh, Tom Bombadil, Tom Bombadillo. Megan's gonna be annoyed because I'll start walking around the house singing it again. I'm not gonna read all of Wheel of Time, but I can spend 5 minutes a day on my way to college. It's more fun, yeah. Especially for some of the for me, where I find the like efficiency or the like efficiency is even the wrong word, but like where I find the biggest benefit for me is like stuff that is easier to consume. I will put at 1.5 speed or 1.25 speed, depending on the thing, and I'll crank through it, and I will feel. Or if I'm rereading it, like you know, it's just great to move through it quicker and not spend, time is it's our most valuable asset. I love that, AJ. I've never messed with playback speed on audiobooks. Fascinating. Yeah. I read audiobooks at 1.5 to 2.0 speed. 1.0 speed sounds like slow motion to my ears. Yeah. I mean, the problem for me is that like I read a Stephen King book on Audible a couple years ago. That shit was at 2.0 speed. Sorry, Stephen King. It's your turn to get shit on again. Reading something like more in the like literary tradition, to me, I can't go faster than 1.25 or 1.20. Like, if it has some like real. I listened to the Wonder Boys audiobook by Michael Chabon a couple years ago, and I listened to it at 1.0 speed, which is something I never do other than for books like that, because there was enough to it that I like really wanted to spend time with the words, you know? So sometimes with a new book, I'm like, all right, what's our speed here? What's our speed? Like, I watch a lot of my YouTube at 1.5 speed. I listen to a lot of my podcasts at that speed. Like, um, I hear my cat scratching what is probably a window, but every time I go to investigate, she has mysteriously vanished. Carly, we have a case for you. I liked hearing an actor voice the sound of the characters in the corrections. Finnegan's Wake is just lovely to hear, performed by Irish actors who have studied it. It sounds like music. Some books are also meant to be read aloud. Finnegan's Wake falls into that category. It's meant to be spoken or read. You can make the argument for that. Oh, buddy, this could be a while. Getting through all the pieces that have like any hint of anything going on with them. And then we're going to be left with all these pieces that have no hint of nothing going on with them. And it's going to be a pain in the ass. Shelob's Lair is my favorite scene of any book, I think. Let's go, Clampery. On the audiobook? I love that artist. Yeah, and I also think sometimes increasing speed is just not for certain people or for certain books. Like, some people just don't do like 1.25 or 1.5 speed. Like, it just is antithetical to them or like does not lead to any increased enjoyment. And I'm like, that's fair. Totally fair. Totally fair. Oh my god, I have a pregnancy story I was going to tell you guys. I hope Megan wouldn't mind me telling this. I've been meaning to tell it for ages. Wait, but first, I do this every time. Wait, but first, before we do anything else, did you guys see? Moment card dropped on the indigestioncards.com webpage. You know, webpage, that word that everyone uses. In case you didn't see, a Christmas miracle from the gingerbread stream, gingerbread house stream with my mom on Christmas. 25 lovely people were here for it. 25 people got a moment card. If it wasn't you, I'm really sorry, but there are other moment cards coming. You should check your inventory on the website if you got one to see if you got number 1 or number 25, which are obviously maybe you could make the argument that they're the most special. JK, I got number 1. Why am I like this? I got number 1. Why? Why? Who has all of the moment cards? I don't know. I don't know if anybody does. Maybe. If you think you have every moment card, let me know. Rigged? It is. I think this is the only one I missed. Yeah. Oh, wait. I have every moment card. Wait a second. Carly might have them all? I believe at this point there are now 4, right? We have... Oh, baby. We got Perfect Purple for the first one. 13-year-old, 30-year-old, Zelda, and Christmas. Oh my god, these are both Christmas. Whoops. Casey says, hi, I'm new here. What are moment cards? Great question. Occasionally, there used to be this thing on Twitch called moment card, or called moments, which was you could get a special little badge if you were here for when something really special happened on stream. Twitch got rid of those. People still have the badges. Like Captain Morgan has one right beside his name, their name. But we decided to make our own moment thing and wrap it up in our card system. So it just means you were here for a special moment. You can get them by just hanging out for special streams. Yeah. I was there for the mom stream, missed the card walking the dogs. I refuse to miss anymore. Guys, you guys are allowed to miss. You're allowed to miss. Carly, best mod. Carly has all the moments. Carly has no life. Carly has no life, but that's okay. Oh, you tricky bitch. Look at this, guys. I figured it out. Look at the hair. You can't really see it, but here, there's a gap that looks like it's one piece, but it turns out... Wait. It turns out it's 2 pieces connected to each other. Wow. Wow. Tricky. Ryan, you started a collection. Now we're addicted. Got to catch them all. I hope that explanation made sense, Casey. If it didn't, let me know. My bad. You're right. I've created an addiction. All right. Did I say Zelda's almost done earlier? Link is almost done. Did I say Zelda? Please tell me I didn't say Zelda's almost done earlier. I almost said it again right now. It's been too long since I played a Zelda game. I guess I gotta hop back in. Guys, Zelda over here holding this yikes. Okay, pregnancy story. I was going to tell this and I keep forgetting. Okay, so Megan, how do I tell this? Megan, okay. I may or may not have accidentally one day this fall, I don't know how to start this story. One day this fall, I grabbed a cup from our bathroom and I took it downstairs to wash it. And I took it downstairs to wash it. I routinely like collect cups from upstairs, take them down, wash them, make sure we're not just like stacking shit up on our bedside tables or in the bathroom or whatever. You know, like water for like you're going to bed at night, have a glass of water by your bed, that kind of deal. I took a cup. I took it downstairs. I washed it by hand. As I'm washing it, Megan comes running down the stairs and goes, "Ryan, don't drink from that." And I go, "What?" And she comes into the kitchen and she goes, "Oh my God, you didn't drink from that pink cup, did you?" And I was like, "No." Why? So it turns out the cup in the bathroom was a pee cup for testing a little thing called ovulation. And I didn't know that. And we started dying laughing. Ryan, do I have a clip for you? Uh-oh. The wrong drink? What is this? F1 is fun. All the drivers are such characters. I just grabbed the wrong drink. I don't know how long this has been sitting here. Oh my God. Has this been here for days? Look at that mustache. That's not what I was supposed to be drinking. Tony, that was so fast. That was not the cup. How did you do that? Tony did spend a lot of time. I know how Tony did it. Tony spent a lot of time the other day looking through clips from the last year for no reason. For no reason that you guys may have seen during the Indies. Yeah, it was a pee cup. Anyways, we had a pee cup. I didn't know it was a pee cup. The funny thing is that wasn't the first pee cup that she had been using. And so like it may have happened another time that I grabbed a pee cup and washed it or without knowing. Anyways, that's a pre-pregnancy story. We're not even pregnant at that point. It's been in the buffer for a while. Also, before I forget. Oh shit. Just broke my overlay. Do. Two of our same reaction. Two of our
Dearly beloved and honored cult members, we are gathered here today.
Oh no, the the parallels already. Two of our
Dearly beloved and honored cult members.
I know for a fact at one point later in that clip, I know for a fact that I put my hand to my heart as well at the exact same time because I watched it. I did the exact same thing. Like in the clip and in real life. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. That's funny. I love that. The laugh, lean, clap. Probably said at the beginning, but what happened to your internet? Well, great. I actually didn't say. I got on the phone with Spectrum, and we went through the whole process later that evening. There's like the short resets you can do, which are I tried twice before our internet was just not going to work. I got on the phone with Spectrum later and got it figured out. And basically, we just ended up resetting things a whole shit ton of times, and it ended up working. They thought our router was bad for a while, but I was like, no, I'm having the same issue even if I hardwire Ethernet from our modem to a computer. So like the router can't be the problem because it's going around that. And I was like, I'm pretty goddamn sure. Basically, we just had 0 upload speed, truly 0. And then eventually we reset things enough that eventually it started working. I was like, great. They were going to send a tech out, and I was like, no need. It appears to be working. Can we talk about the Tony art that got posted in the Discord, though? Yeah, can we? Alpaca's caricature of Tony. It was so good. It was so good. I was zoned out doing something else. Hearing my own voice in that clip out of nowhere scared me so bad. How late were you up on Saturday? Not bad. Here's the deal. See, here's the problem, Alpaca. I fixed the internet probably at like 11 or 10:30. But then I wanted to check that the internet was still good, so I played a game of Fortnite. And then because the game of Fortnite was pretty short because I died, I played a second game of Fortnite to check to see if it was still good. So yeah, the internet was good, it turns out. I wasn't up super late. We got it fixed around 10:30, and then it remained fixed, so that was good. Okay, we're at the point now, all of these look the same, that we're going to end up just looking for like shapes. Oh. Ryan's pregnancy craving is Fortnite. Yep. Did you play a third game of Fortnite? I don't think I did. I may have played a third game of Fortnite, I'll be honest with you. Hi, Laria. How's it going? All right, chat. You can ask me anything. I love this song. I really like this song, too. Ask me anything. I really don't feel like I've hit you with all of the pregnancy anecdotes. Let me check it out. I think I have some on my phone. I feel like I wrote down so many different anecdotes, and I've only told like 2. Oh my god. Okay, I have a note on my phone from 8 weeks. When we were 8 weeks pregnant, Megan was nauseous, and the big thing that she was experiencing, which we talked about back in the day or on Saturday, but the big thing Megan experienced during the first couple months was just really bad fatigue. like really bad fatigue. Like she was sleeping constantly. And that was the worst of it. But I have a note on my phone that says 8 weeks in, nauseous and tired Meg. She was eating queso, not doing very well, and I asked her how she was doing, and she said super seriously, "We're doing what we can with what we got." And I just remember thinking how hilarious it was going to be someday to look back on, just like absolutely like, we're doing what we can with what we got, and just shoveling queso in. Oh, what a legend. Hi, Amy. How's it going? Oh my God. The other thing I cry a lot too, anytime I see a TikTok of two people helping each other, I cry. I cry more at music now. I heard a choir singing the other day, and the amount of like voices together singing like something in harmony, or like, you know, in concert, if you will, immediately tears. I guess that my genre of things I'm much more likely to cry to now is like anything where humans are working together or helping each other or like collaborating. I don't know. Do you think the Wheel of Games will be making comebacks in either the near or distant future? I would be an idiot to bet against the Wheel of Games coming back at any point in time. The Wheel of Games is larger than me now. The Wheel of Games is its own entity. It has its own power. It is a celestial being that I have no control over. The Wheel of Games makes decisions, and I'm just along for the ride. I think it'll come back at some point. How did you tell your parents? Great question. I told my parent. We told Megan's mom at dinner. Sorry, we told Megan's mom and dad at dinner, and Megan's dad said we asked them out to dinner. We went to dinner. Megan's mom and dad are lovely. I love them. They love me. We're all good. Everything's great. When we told Megan's dad, he said, "I kind of figured either that or you were pregnant, or sorry, either that or you were getting divorced." And Megan and I lost it. I kind of figured either that or you were getting divorced. And he was like, "What?" He was like, that's the two things you'd take someone out to dinner for in this situation." He's very like logical, ultra logical. He's like, "It was a big news dinner. It was one of two things." We're like, "No, in fact, it's the other one for sure." We also, when we told my mom, we really, really, really wanted to get my mom together for dinner, but for lunch. But there was only one day it was going to work, and originally I was like, "Hey, would you and my sister want to get together? Like my sister's family want to get together for dinner?" And she was like, "They're busy," and I was like, "Perfect." That's actually exactly what I didn't say this to her, but I was like, "Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted." We really wanted to get my mom alone because my nephew, who is 3, we didn't want to tell right away because I was like, he'll just run around and tell people. Like, he has no idea that it's a secret. He doesn't know, like, not to say things. So we were like, get my mom alone. My sister and husband and kids can find out, like, very soon afterwards. We love them. We'll tell them very soon. But I wanted to tell my mom alone. I was like, perfect. My mom's coming to dinner. My sister can't come. Then we made plans, and my sister heard about the plans, and she was like, no, we're coming. And I was like, what do you mean? And she worked with my mom. She basically like changed her plans, was like, we'll absolutely be available. My sister knew what we were going to say. My sister figured it out, and my sister is a nosy. I love her very much. My sister is nosy and has to be a part of things. She can't have secrets kept from her. So when she found out we were going to have dinner with my mom alone, she was like, I'm going to be there. So then we ended up telling all of them, and it was a great decision because she had a really great reaction. She was very quickly, she was like, I knew it. And I was like, I know you knew it because you butted your head into this goddamn lunch, and so of course you did. And we just put our hands over my nephew's ears so that he couldn't hear it. So I don't think he knew that anything was going on. Yeah. I love that I'm also nosy. It was so funny. When my partner saw your Indies announcement on Discord, she said either Ryan's starting a podcast or they're pregnant. Yeah. I really didn't know how to be like, the biggest news ever. Because y'all would just be like, you're pregnant. We get it. I didn't know how to walk the line. I wanted people to be hyped, but not to. Hi, Spunky. How's it going? Not to give it away, and I think I still gave it away. Older sister? That sounds like me with my little brother. She's a younger sister, but yeah, she's... Yeah. I love her very much. They've been waiting for a long time for us to have a kid. This could be too personal, but was the pregnancy a surprise or something you were expecting? I think I'm cool with answering that. I don't know. Megan's not here, so I guess I just have permission to answer everything, right? Megan and I talked a little bit about like some things we might not share, but I think this is probably fine. We were like hoping, that's for sure. We had been you know, we had been hoping. Yeah, I don't know how much to share. We had been hoping. You could spend the day with anyone from history, who would it be and why? There's this kid who went to my high school, my elementary school, actually. Just this really free-spirited person who, I don't know, our parents knew each other. I think we went to the same church, which is how we got to know each other. And if I could spend a day with any person, it would be that person. I think they grew up to be a Twitch streamer. His name was Spunky Mushroom or something. The peak up story does imply that for sure. I don't know. Chad, is this the Spill Guts? Is this the Spill Guts stream or no? This is probably the Spill Guts stream, right? The full answer, and I was hesitating on saying it, but I don't feel like it's a... bad thing to... I don't know how to phrase this. The full answer is that we actually, to get a little bit serious and maybe small trigger warnings for stuff related to losing pregnancies. We had been trying, we had a miscarriage at one point. Very, 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 very early miscarriage, actually. And I don't know how much we'll want to talk about this, but so the reason I say this is just because the moment, so like basically I've had two moments where I was like, where we found out we were pregnant, right? So you guys are sweet. We're okay. Everything's fine. Obviously, everything worked out great. Thanks for the hugs. Like the only reason I say that is to tell the story of like the first time we found out we were pregnant was one day, and then the time we found out we were pregnant this time, sorry, Meg was pregnant. This time was a different day. So this time was a slightly different feeling than the first time. The first time was very like, you know, obviously it was awesome. It was also like maybe a little more innocent night, like more vanilla. I don't know, like maybe like you're picturing, you know? The second time was a little laced with like worry because the first time had, you know, ended, to be clear, everything was totally fine. It was a very early miscarriage. Like that part was the hardest part of the whole process for so far, for sure. I won't say much more about it. I think Megan may talk about it at some point if she wants, but like, but I haven't really talked with her about how much she wants to share, so I don't know that I want to share everything. But like, the second time was a little different because there was more of a holding your breath. Yeah, exactly, Tony. Yeah. The first time, yeah, it was hard. It was hard. Megan, I think, had a harder time with it, though it was hard. But yeah, the first time is just like it's unbridled good news, and you know, and only and of course it's good news the second time, but like it's also, you know, we were like pretty fresh on the backside of we were very fresh on the like tail end of that when we found out the second time. So it was like fresh on our minds. H is for Meg as always. H is for Meg for sure. The reason people don't always announce it right away, yeah, for sure. And I'll be honest with you, Artifice, if we could have pushed the indies back a week, we would probably have done it because we weren't sure that we wanted to announce it until we have the anatomy scan on Thursday, because the anatomy scan is another place where, you know, sometimes problems are detected, or like, you know, you have more information after an anatomy scan. So there's even a small part, but it's always a mix of that, right? Is like, no matter where in the thing you announce it. But we're like, the insane thing, truly insane thing, is that we're 20 weeks and that like the data is like, the outcomes are not great, but like just the other day here in Indiana, a baby was born at 23 weeks and is viable, and like that means like it was a viable birth at 23 weeks. So 3 weeks past where we are right now, which is insane. Hi, Talons. Welcome back. So yeah, it's a really weird. Yeah, that's a. Yeah, my heart goes out to anyone who's ever experienced a miscarriage in any way, because it is either the like more serious or like more developed miscarriages, or early ones. But not great day for anyone. 26-week baby here. Things are a lot more manageable than they were for preemies 35 years ago. Yeah. It's also the stats for, it's crazy. I'll look at it real quick because yeah, I don't know that I actually want to like talk about it a ton on stream because it's a really serious topic. But this book has been a lot of comfort to us. I'm gonna open it on off screen, but there's a chapter we just read on how many weeks of gestation you have completed, and how often, and like how survivability rates so drastically go up after you hit like 26, 27 weeks. Like at like 23 weeks, let's just say this, like the stats are really not good at 23 weeks. You hit like 26 or 27 weeks and like the odds are very much in your favor. Of course there's always like greater levels of complication and like and like and like bad outcomes. But yeah, it's crazy the amount of development that happens in that little period. Yeah, exactly, Artifice. Exactly. For sure. Exclamation Callie. Thanks for being here, you guys. It's insane. It has been, I did not expect how weird it was going to be to spend, not to make this about me, I didn't expect how weird it was going to be and to not be able to talk about this for like 15 weeks with you guys. Because every day on stream, I'm sitting there having a reaction to it with this whole like newfound perspective or like the big thing that's going on in my life. So like everything is filtered through it. Like last time we were puzzling, we talked a lot about parenting. Am I right? At that point, I knew you guys would know soon, but you certainly didn't know. And I had known for like 15 weeks. And so the whole time you're like running everything through and for a while, our mods knew for a while. So like Carly, Tony, Matt, and Mars, as well as Luke, actually, have known for a couple weeks. And so even in the last weeks, they can attest, there have been times where like a comment happened on stream that really freaked me out. And I was like, does this person know something? Or like, or I've like decided not to tell a story, or like it's been really, that part of it has been really weird. And I gotta tell you, I had a nightmare. I accidentally told chat and you yelled at me. I was so stressed to know a secret. It would have been fine if the secret came out. It would have been totally fine. Would have been A-okay. I would never yell at you for it. Ever, ever, ever. You ever nearly slip and say, we definitely got close. Yeah. Yeah. On the other hand, it was kind of nice to have a little bit of time to just process it. You want to know what else that's how I would say it, is like, it was kind of nice to have a little bit of time to just process it too. And decide some stuff. Because if we'd have like, if everyone knew everything immediately, like all of a sudden people ask you questions and you don't have the answers to them because you're still in the part of being like, this is my reality, you know? You haven't even like internalized it yet. I'm not getting very much puzzle done, but that's because we're having some really good talks. Maybe I should do Hyrule Castle. You were going on about something in the future and how you look at things. I know you were thinking but couldn't say it. Yeah. Absolutely. Even things like, are we going to have a little IndieCon next year? We've talked a ton about like, are we going to have like a Gen Con, you know? As soon as you announced it, so much of what you've been saying made so much more sense. Like all of my future considerations are like going through that. Like, are we going to do Gen Con? And the answer is like, probably, hopefully still, but Megan probably won't be there. I didn't know, but I will say there were moments where something you said gave parenthood is on my mind vibes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was not very good at completely hiding it. What do you think is going to be the most challenging thing about being a dad? Oh man, I don't know. I'm sure I'm wrong too. I'm sure I would be wrong. But I'll say historically, the thing that has always made me nervous is just like the incredible lack of your time being your time. I would say like that has been like, I'm just like, how do people ever have kids? How do they ever like have hobbies and have kids? How do they ever like have jobs and have kids? How can they? Tony, what was your reaction the first time? Anyways, start thinking of non-pregnancy questions because we're gonna have to switch gears here before too long. We've spent too long. At some point, we're gonna have to switch gears. What's your credit card number? I got you. Hold up 1 second. Two specific things I remember. Driving home from the hospital was one of the most nerve-wracking drives ever. The lack of sleep the first few weeks sucks, but does get better. Clampery, I think that's very relatable. Okay, so anything with this like weird mist might be related to Hyrule Castle. That one? Maybe that one? Don't forget your security code. Can we get any leaks on Season 2 cards? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, do I got some leaks for you, but I can't tell you. I can't, I mean, I could leak it, but then you wouldn't have any, you know, like, then you wouldn't have quite the same reaction when they launch or when the things happen. When the redacteds. Talons has a poster of this puzzle on my wall right in front of me. I love it. Did y'all get a ton of snow? We only got a little bit, and it's all gone now. Hi, Evo. I have some leaks for you, but I can't tell you. Non-pregnancy question. Sorry, I scrolled too far. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Have you thought about playing Control anytime recently? Probably more than you thought about Death's Door. Question, when is it Spirit Fair? It's already 2:45 p.m. Jesus Christ, it's 2:45 p.m. I don't know. I'm going to say something, and you guys have to all act surprised, okay? I don't know. We may not get to Spirit Fair today. Everybody act surprised. Everybody act surprised. Act so surprised. What? No way. What? That's crazy. Huh? Listen, I have to really change things around to like get to Spirit Fair, so I'm not sure. I'm also really enjoying this. What? I cannot believe this. I'm sorry. How does Twitch chat make money? Chat, how do you make money? I would say there's a likelihood that we could do Spirit Fair at the end of a farming sim stream, because 4 hours of farming sim is also a lot of farming sim. So I think that is our most likely bet. That's Hyrule Castle for sure. That's Hyrule Castle for sure. That's some shit. I don't know what that is. The other thing is right through the middle here, there's a horizon line, which I think could be, oh shit, I can't see it right there. I think could be really fun and good to do. Unemployment's a good occupation. I mod for a nerd while technically I'm on the clock making money. Does Mark have his wheel tomorrow? Absolutely. Ryan, how much do you like the Star Wars franchise? I would say I am a below average Star Wars fan. I have seen all the trilogies. I liked them. I've seen a couple things out of the trilogies, but
holy shit, gamers.
AMA? All right. Here goes. Bet you don't want to hear this tired question again. Are you pregnant?
You have to have 2,000 hours to ask that question. Oh wait, Mars has it. Oh wait, exclamation pregnant in chat. Hi Mars, how's it going? Thank you for the 69 bits. Capitalism. Oh no, I'm seeing people drop Spiritfarer. I have no plans of dropping Spiritfarer. Oh no, I'm seeing people. A couple people said I'm not. I ended up failing out of Spiritfarer. Oh, Alpaca says, can you play the beginner's guide? Alpaca, I have bad news for you, and also good news for you, but mostly bad news for you. Alpaca, I have already played Spiritfarer. Sorry, no, not Spiritfarer. Beginner's guide. My bad. I've already played it. I played it back in the day before I had a channel. Before I even really played, it was like one of my first PC. It was like basically my first PC game ever, or one of them. Basically what happens is back in the day, I watched someone play Stanley Parable, and I thought, this is incredible. And so on my laptop, I bought Beginner's Guide and played it and loved it. And then from there, that's basically how I got into video games. PC gaming, anyways. Beginner's Guide is really good. I love how much heart it has in it. It has a lot of heart in it. First day back to teaching this semester. How did it go? Mars says, I can't complain. Most of my games have been played, including one of your actual games, Mars. Oh no. A very long day is going to really throw off our stats keepers for like, all right, who's had their game played? You know? Like, some people have had their game recommendations played. And then Mars has had the actual game that Mars made played. So how do we filter that into the calculations? Oh no. So Llamas is still out here trying to get me to play just Shapes and Beats. Play one single game. Mars has 5 done already. Zero of my game recommendations have been played. I cannot die until one has. Hear me out. Maybe your recommendations haven't been played, but the games you love have been. What's your main recommendation, Clampery? I can't remember, actually. Let's go person by person in the chat. Mars's top recommendation at this point, it might be Shovel Knight. I don't know. What would your top recommendation other than that be? Ann's is probably Disco Elysium, although it might be something else. Death's Door, Carly Cries Softly in the Distance. Shovel Knight for Alpaca. Let's see here. Havish wants me to play Taylor's Principle. Gyrodines would be Anti-Chamber or Crosscode for Anne. It's probably Crosscode. Yeah, it's Crosscode. I said that right before it came up on the screen. Ori and the Blind Forest, of course. That would have been Tony's recommendation probably too. My recommendation has been played Oberdin, but I already got a new one. Exactly, Llamas. Control for Artifice for sure. The Witness. Ori for Tony. Cyberpunk. Oh, man. Clampery, are you also one of the people who's been saying Red Dead? That's the other one that I'm like, oh, buddy, I don't know. Of course I want to, but it might take us a little bit. Cyberpunk and Red Dead are probably not particularly soon. How did I do? Did I do okay there? In terms of did I do okay there in terms of guesses? If I did, please remember to vote yes for hiring me back for the year 2024. Can I tell you guys the actual on Wednesday when we do the indies? The actual reason I cut the internet on Saturday is because I needed a couple extra days to really convince you to bring me back for 2024. I love my job. I'd love to keep doing it. You're going to get a chance on Wednesday to vote about whether or not I stay in this seat as your streamer. Please vote yes. Please bring me back. Disbelief? Why? Why would you do that? Give me a time frame for death's door or I'm firing you. Thursday, Carly. I'll do it Thursday. Please hire me. I'll promise anything. Did you look through what everyone put on the survey thing? I have not yet because Megan controls that part until after the Indies is done because she uses a lot of it for research for the some of the stuff we do. Thursday on your day off, am I a joke to you? You already played Alien. Why should I rehire you? Oh no. Oh no. K-Bell's about to start airing some dirty laundry. Airing some grievances, I should say. Sad that Meg playing A Very Long Day wasn't on the schedule this week. Meg playing anything was... Tell you what, Valheim was on the schedule for Wednesday until our internet pooped out. Man, there's some really, really good comments in here. Oh, sorry. The Long Dark and Green Hell are both coming very soon. Valheim over A Very Long Day. I didn't mean it that way. I meant there was a Meg day. There was a Meg day on the docket, which we could have potentially convinced her to switch. And then, of course, the internet. That's what I meant. Do we have a way to record our game requests? Just inside of my brain. We're more of an empty void that you can feel free to yell into whenever and however you like than we are a log it in the... yeah, they go into the pile, which is my empty void of a brain. What has Amy suggested before? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. What has Amy suggested before? Oh, I feel like I should fucking know this. There needs to be a vote thing in the Discord, my guys, so we can all vote on the next game. I hear you, Mr. Butter. However, and many other streamers will do that. In fact, some of my favorite streamers do that very often. However, in our channel, we do not do that. We do not do a vote system to pick the next game because it doesn't work for me personally. Nothing wrong with the idea. It just doesn't work for me. Forgotten City. I should have known that because somebody else mentioned it earlier. God damn it. Hi, New Inky. How's it going? Speaking of Spiritfarer, you've been playing it. How's it going? Do you give a fruck about an Oxford comma? I don't give a frick. I don't give a frackin' frick. I don't give two shats about an Oxford comma. I don't give my left about an Oxford comma. No, Clamper, you're allowed to be disappointed. Be disappointed if you want. You're allowed to feel disappointed. All right, I gotta focus here. What do I want to do? I want to work on this little area. It's gonna mean figuring out what exactly is going on north of I think we should do like coast, like Horizon Line and Hyrule. That's gonna be getting that shit out of here. Can't tell what's a cloud and what's Hyrule though. Have you ever thought about playing Horizon Zero Dawn? I have. I'm hoping to. Yep. you have any thoughts yet if you'll play another Zelda before Tears? I will play another Zelda before Tears. I just won't tell you which one. But yes, I will. I will absolutely be doing it. Aw, that's very sweet of you, Anne. Sure is busy in the quarry these days. Look at all these members of chat just digging away, chipping away. If they just keep working, if they just keep recommending, someday the boss is going to notice me. They're going to pick up my game. They're going to love my game. If I just keep chipping, people have come before. People have recommended things. Ryan's picked them. Come on. Come on. If I just keep chipping. If I just keep chipping. Surely if I work overtime with no pay, the boss will notice me and promote me. I don't know about a promotion. I might play your game, but I don't know about a promotion. Oh, I'm terrible. Wait, it ain't Thursday? Sorry. Rules are rules. Eventually it has to work, right? You've been promoted to customer. I know we can't control you. Keep our hopes and dreams down in the mud where they belong. I'm trying. I promise. I am trying. Oh, the worst part of it is because of the way my brain works, I currently have an exciting... I can't... The worst part of it is because of the way my brain works. Why am I like this? I may or may not have hypothetical plans relatively soon to knock out a favorite over on YouTube. But because of the way my brain works, I don't even really want to tell you that. And I'm certainly not going to tell you what it is because I so much love just dropping exciting news without any... Like, I don't want to ever hype up the game we're going to play. I just want to drop it. So I can't even be like, it's coming. Because I can't even do that because of the way my fucking brain works. The theorizing has begun. Oh, God. Ooh. I do love having a secret. I love it. Why am I like this? Don't answer that. Double pregante? Double pregnant? I love that, Anne. That's why you love to announce pending announcements. Exactly. I can't give you the secret. I like to hold on to the secret. Oh, buddy, this guy might be the death of me. All right, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something crazy. Shield your eyes, chat. Shield your eyes. Oh my God, I'm fucking blind. Oh, buddy, I'll tell you what. I can see better though. Holy shit. My niece also likes telling others I have a secret. All right. Have there been any other hints? No, there are no hints, Evo. Don't go tracking shit down. No hints. If you want, later throughout the week, we can do some more hints. I mean, fuck. At some point in the future, we can do some hints. Yo, we're not doing song requests, but I have to show you guys a couple songs. One, this song. Two, I have another song coming up after this one. All right. I'm going to bump this real quick, and then I'm going to play one more song afterwards. Ryan, you're glowing. Are you pregnant? Let's go, Clampery. I've discovered here at the bottom there is the pieces are more likely to have a specific pattern on them, or like a specific, oh god, that ain't gonna work. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like a light green line. And they're plants, so they go like the same direction. So hypothetically, we can pick some pieces. All right, so this next song I'm obsessed with. It's like jazzy. It's like bossa. This song is on TikTok? Artifice loves this one. Her Tiny Desk. Let's go, Mars. This song is Laufey From the Start by Laufey. Sometimes you just hear a song, and the first time you're like, absolutely, I'm in. I'm all in. That was me with this. It reminds me of Kimbra. The way you say the name. Uh-oh. Lofi? Laufey? How do you say it? None of the above? Xylophone? Lofi? Loive? Lophone? Lofi? Loive? I see it as Lofty. Anyways, that's my song recommendation for the week. Sipping a latte in a cafe in Paris right now. That's a oh. You meant the song Transport to be there. I was like, God damn, Amy. When did you go? When did you go to Paris? I was like, shit. Okay. Oh my god, we're getting a 2-for-1 deal now with Jirdine's puns. Hi, Blue Monster. It's Icelandic. She's talked about how difficult it is for people to say it right. Gotcha. That's right. I still say the wrong one with either Lucy Dacus or Dacus or whatever. But that's because I can't remember which one's right. Puzzle's starting to look good. Thank you. We're getting there. Getting there. Slowly but surely. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. Yeah, we're not doing song recommendations because that's a lot to handle. But is there an artist you're really looking forward to hearing more of in 2024? Which is the year it already is somehow. (2024). It's pronounced Loive. Loife? Loife? DPS is releasing an album this month. Church of the Cosmic Skull. Do 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 do. Mr. Butter, are you Icelandic? I need to find some new music that won't absolutely devastate me, like Noah Khan can. I knew where that comment was going before you even finished it. Yo, am I the last person in the world to listen to Northern Attitude, by the way? Love Hosier. Have nothing bad to say about Noah Can. I like his music. Had not heard Northern Attitude until like 2 days ago. Very good. Ellie saw Noah Can in concert a couple weeks ago. Sorry, a couple months back. Can I tell you guys how crazy it is to be looking at a chat full of people, many of whom I have faces for inside of my head now for the first time ever? Shout out to all the face reveals at the Indies. Hope that doesn't make you nervous if you revealed your face. There's a piece here and I don't know what the fuck to do with it. There's a big ass corner here, and it should be relatively easy to find. So you know the difference now between Void and I by looks now, or is that temporary? I'm sorry. Evo Devo, did you post a photo in the Discord? Are you new here? I'm reading all of your comments, I promise. I am staring directly into the sun to do it. Evo Devo? You ever just stare at a puzzle piece and you're like, this piece has to be so fucking obvious because it's enormous. Whatever has to go right here. So what is it? Unless it's a tricky bitch and it's actually two pieces. Maybe that's the case. Like it has to be the biggest piece. I'm gonna lose it. I can't find it. It's bizarre to me that I'm too cowardly to post my face, yet I've sent you my full address for the postcard. I was so close to not sending my selfie, and then Meg complimented my glasses. You obviously no pressure to have to do it. I got you, Ryan. It's that one right there. Oh, sweet. Thanks so much. Hey, thanks so much, Evo Devo. Thank you for that comment. Hey, man, are you a puzzle piece because you're the only puzzle I piece? Panda, I was just trying to explain to Megan yesterday the meme or like the joke format on the internet in 2020. I mean, frankly, it's from like 2021 or earlier, where it's like, she blank on my blank until I blank. And she was like, she was not getting it. And I was like, Meg, listen, we have to stay relevant. You take a 3-word thing and you say she, 1 word, on my 2-word, until I, 3-word. This is the same thing you and I do with, that's a fucking cursed piece. With RVs we see in the wild. We make them, you say, anal blank. That's not the fucking piece. And then, oh my God, I think I had the wrong piece leading into it. No, she Scooby on my doobie till I do. That's incredible. She Scooby on my doobie till I do. She snap on my crackle till I pop. That's funny. Chad, I'm an idiot. You already knew this, but I'm an idiot. I just spent so long looking for that. Fuck me. It wasn't supposed to go there. She's stroking on my beef till I off. But see, that doesn't work because it's she. It would be she beef on my strogan till I off. You can't change the order. Now you're just being crazy. About to give up for the day because I'm fucking losing it. Oh, there we go. We found one. What do you know? What do you do if the piece doesn't necessarily absolutely fit? She legend on my Zelda till I Breath of the Wild. She's skimminy on my what? Cut it to fit. She portrait on my young man until I artist. Puzzle on my piece till I finish. Goddamn puzzle pieces won't go where I tell them to. Some bitch. Shit. Come on. Come on. Striking out. I don't want to strike out. That's 2 pieces in a row. I don't know if they even fit. She crash on my bandit kill. Like, ooh. She baby shoes on my for sale until I never worn. Oh my god. She death on my cab till I'm cutie. Wait, that's incredible. She death on my cab till I'm cutie. Oh, Jesus Christ. She little end on my O till I yes. Anyways. Anybody have any other questions for me? I think we're probably about 5-10 minutes from ending. My eyes are starting to swim from looking at these puzzle pieces. If not, that's cool too. We can also... Are you pregnant? Well, technically I'm not, but... Chat, honest opinions, honest thoughts. Honest thoughts. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not going to flip you off. Honest thoughts. In a couple, 2 people who are having a child together, and specifically in that couple, one of them is pregnant, is having the child, can the other person say, or should the other person say, we're pregnant? Honest thoughts, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Is we're pregnant an okay thing for the second person to say? The second parent. I think it's fine, but the actually pregnant one can veto it if the person who is pregnant is okay with it. I think it's a little cringe. I'd go for we're having a baby. That's what I changed the title of the YouTube video to. I'll tell you that much. Not normal here in Trinidad. I suggest you ask Meg at about 36 weeks. Cool. Wouldn't it better to be better to say we're expecting? I think there are definitely potentially better things to say, but better is a weird word to use, right? Because better in what way? Better for clarity, better for brevity, better for technicality, better for... The argument I heard, and I buy this for sure. I disagree with it, but I do buy it. The argument I heard is starts with saying pregnancy is a medical condition and the 2 of you are not experiencing a medical condition. And I buy that. I buy the start of that argument. The rest of the argument did get kind of funny, but mostly it got really fucking sassy. And it said, would you say we're having periods? And I understand where that's going. I think only Meg is pregnant, but you are both having a baby. I think only Meg is experiencing the medical condition of pregnancy. I would agree. Yeah. But it's also, to me, like, at that point, the pregnant person's opinion is the one that matters, right? I'm going to turn the brightness down because I'm fucking blind. You could also try my wife is pregnant. I think there are no shortage of other options that I also think are fine, but I had it literally on 100% brightness. I thought I moved it up to 40. That explains why I can't see. Whew. You could say our sex cells are going through mitosis. You could say, have you guys seen that Instagram account? This Christmas, Santa's not the only one who climbed down a dark dark tunnel and delivered a gift. Coming this spring, little baby. You guys have seen it, right? Oh my god, it's the most cringe account on Instagram, but I watch every single one that happens. Baby Taco Bell. Every time. I imagine it's a regional thing. Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost entirely a cultural thing. And to me, it's just funny. Yeah. To bring this whole story all the way back around to the beginning.
To the period argument, if you're a passenger in the car you can still say we're driving to X language isn't perfectly fixed.
And you know what, Mars? Can I tell you something along that line to the period argument? Megan is the one experiencing a period when she has a period. But I think there's an argument to be made that the people living in very close proximity with the person who is having something happen to them are sort of also having something to them. I'm not saying I'm on my period, but I am saying I'm living with a person who's on their period and I'm experiencing it in a very different way and not at all trying to say like I'm having the experience. But I think on the language front, that's like a little bit what might be happening. Is pregnancy only the medical condition? Chad, to be very clear here, I'm certainly not trying to how do I phrase this? Stop while you can. Anyways, this whole thing was just supposed to be about how a couple not very nice people decided to rain on Megan and I's pregnancy announcement by being like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "All right, well, cool. Sounds good. Love it." $3:30 was probably not the time to bring this whole thing up, huh? I really don't understand why people were bothered by it. I don't even know that they really all that were, and it was like 2 people. It's also like you can be bothered by it. It's kind of like, you know what I think it's like? Sometimes TikTok will bring me a video, and the video is of someone doing something that so many other people find to be embarrassing or weird. It'll be like one I had pop up the other day. A person's wedding, and then so many people thought that it was trashy or like so redneck or whatever that they comment on it, and so the video gets popular because they're like because they're so happy to shit on it that the video becomes popular. And like, I'm not a perfect person. If I see a video of a wedding that is so incredibly redneck, I might laugh at it. But if I laugh at it, that'll be like a thing between me and my conscience, and it will happen in the silence of my home with no one else there. And you sure as fuck won't catch me commenting on it, right? Like, you sure as hell would never find me like commenting to the person who posted it and being like, wow. And that's just one of the weird things about living your life a little bit online, is that like the barrier between like, you can have a reaction to it. Cringe at me if you think saying we're pregnant, which is in my mind 100% a cultural thing / language thing that is just like a little bit complicated depending on where you live. Have a reaction to that. I'm totally cool with it. And then like going out of your way to say something about it is just like, why?
If I laugh at a redneck wedding, I will have the most intimate, yet most lonely joke I will have ever experienced. I shall laugh alone, and cringe alone.
Thank you for the 10 bits. The annoying part is that negative comments also tend to stick in your head more than positive ones. Absolutely. Absolutely. I also am realizing, just before we go anywhere here, I don't know how this works, but I finally saved up enough for it. Ellie, the way that works is you can give 15,000, or you have gifted 15,000 chats. I can gift a sub to one random person, or you can pick a person. Would you want me to gift it to someone random in chat, or to someone random, or to someone that you pick? Thanks for that. Very sweet of you. Make it random? Cool. Yo, shout out to Zealous, who got a sub. Thanks to Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. Decisions make me itchy. I'm dadding up is definitely the only correct turn from now on. I personally am fathering up. Dadding up. Will Mark be behind a real wheel tomorrow? I've got a real wheel. I have a steering wheel. Hooked up to my computer. Okay. I think I'm done puzzling. So far, I don't find any pieces on the ground, so that's good. Let's go here. All right, gamers, I think I'm out of here. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Don't look at that. That was wild. That made me feel a little like I wanted to vomit. Artist says, congratulations, man. Give one up for the little. Ah, heck yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the chats. We saw a foot. You saw my feet? That's supposed to be on OnlyFans only. Can't wait to see Mark and his milk vodka special tomorrow. I can't wait either. Shout out to Tablespoon for the who gets the sub. All right. I think my light is still a little bit too bright. Thanks for being here, you guys. You're supposed to be professional. Oh, and I'm so not. Thanks for the fun talks today. Truly. Good talks. I like the puzzle streams because they're just good chats. Glad I could be here after I taught. I'm glad you could too. In case you missed it, tomorrow we're gonna play Farming Sim, and we have a whole crazy stream going with a story going over on the Farming Sim streams. A new setup. Oh shit. Mark Shit Creek and his ex-wife Crystal. Yeah, thanks for being here. Indies on Wednesday. Indies on Wednesday. God, I forgot how bad the webcam looks compared to the actual cam. One last baby question. Do you think you'll do a Lego portrait of the scan? That's an idea. No, but I think I am gonna leave Coming in May up for a while on our board, which is funny because this is Megan's, as are these lights, and I just keep co-opting things and stealing them and bringing them in here. Lego ultrasound. That's really funny. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. Much love. Thanks for being patient with me as always. I love hearing your thoughts in chat. Love you very much. See you tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your day. In case you were wondering, tonight at 9 p.m., because that was the random time slot that I picked for it, the first Project Winter video will go live on YouTube from our stream last 2 weeks ago. And then for like a couple days after that, there'll be little Project Winter videos that come out every couple days or every day. So if you want to rewatch any of that, you can. All right. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hi, Speeder. Bye, Speeder. Goodbye. See ya.